dear children. How are you today? I hope all of you are fine and healthy at home. I am VINEETHA, your English teacher. We have already completed the first part of our unit, The Child's Adventurous Journey to See the River, written by Ruskin Bond. Now let's move on to the next part of the first unit, that's a poem written by William Blake. The name of the poem is Going Green. And what comes into your mind when you heard the color green? Yeah, nature. We will think about our nature, its color, sound, smell, sceneries. Nature is the best example of green. Before enter into our chapter, let's go for a trip and relax our mind. I know that you all like to travel, don't you? There are a number of beautiful places in our country. Why do we go to such places? Yeah, we feel happiness. The sight of nature relaxes our body and mind and creates a warm atmosphere around us. Today we are going to one such place. Ready? Let's go. Now we are at Munnar, the Kashmir of Kerala. I'm sure that each of you will be fascinated by its beauty. Here we are going to watch a wonderful sunrise at Kottakkal. Here you can see the nature is fully covered with snow and the golden beams of sun passes through the thin layer of morning mist, and we can see the celebration everywhere, the happiness of nature everywhere. No matter, sunrise is such a beautiful scene that we ever seen in our life. It takes our eyes to the world of color vision. How was the trip, children? Enjoy? Good? Okay. Actually, everyone feels happy in the lap of nature. The sight of nature soothes our body and mind. And you are very lucky. There is a beautiful poem in your textbook on page number 21. The Echoing Green by William Blake is written in the appreciation of nature in simple terms. Before that, let's have a look at the profile of William Blake. William Blake was born on November 28, 1757 in Soho district of London, England. He was an English poet, painter and printmaker. He did not attend school and was educated at home by his mother. The Bible was an early and profound influence on Blake and would remain a source of inspiration throughout his life. His notable works include Songs of Innocence, The Tiger, Songs of Experience, London, etc. He lived on the edge of poverty and died in 1827. The poem Echoing Green is taken from the collection of poems Songs of Innocence. And here is the poem.
The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sound, while our sport shall be seen on the echoing green. they laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all, girls and boys, in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. To the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green.
Did you enjoy the poem? Okay, now it's your turn. Read the poem silently. And remember one thing, don't try to understand at the first attempt itself. Just go through it, read it, what the poem and poet says. I'm sure if you read the lines repetitively, you can take out the meaning very easily. Before we enjoy the poem stanza wise, let me tell you a few things about this picture. This is the illustration of the poem by William Blake itself. As we already discussed, William Blake was a very good painter, he was a poet too, engraver too, and this is the original copy of the poem he wrote with full picture. He painted the picture according to the stanzas of the poem. Here, the poet has divided the poem into 3 stanzas of 10 lines each. Okay, let's come to our poem. This is the first stanza of the poem. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. Have you listened to my reading, children? Okay, here we are going to some questions. Don't worry, simple questions. Number 1. What time of the day is referred to in the first stanza? Yeah, morning time. And the second one, which phrase tells us about that? The sun does arise. Ready for the third question? Okay. Can you identify the bird? Yeah, it's a lark, skylark. It's a common bird. And another bird is also mentioned in the first stanza. Who is that? Yes, thrush. You are right. It's also a small sized bird with spot on its chest. And ready for the last question? Okay, look at the picture. Can you connect the picture with any of the lines in the first stanza? Can you connect the picture with any of the lines in the first stanza? Yes, the sun does arise and make happy the skies. Good, you all are good observers. When the sun rises, the light spread across the sky, making it beautiful and fresh. Merry bells probably refer to the church bell which ring in the morning. And they are merry because they welcome the most beautiful morning of spring season. Skylark and thrush, they fly high in the air. Here, the speaker is a child. He is playing with other children on the greenery. And the stanza ends by saying, on the echoing green. Here, echo means the sound comes back, the sound reflects back. Though the word echo means the reflection of sound, here echoing green is used to explain the cycle of life. Cycle of life. Whatever we have today as a routine will finish by night, and again tomorrow that routine will begin. Same things happen in the nature also. Whatever in the nature, it reflects back. Everything in this world goes and comes back again. Days, season, etc. repeat their cycle. So I hope you got the first stanza clearly. Is that clear, children? Okay. And when we read these lines, a lot of pictures come into our mind. An image develops in our mind. A picture develops in our mind. Good poets can draw pictures in reader's mind. Such pictures are called visual images. Visual images. While reading the lines, we can imagine the rising sun, the children at play, birds of the bush. These are the examples of visual images. And read the poem again and try to find out the visual images in the poem. Do it as an assignment. Okay? And let's move on to the second stanza. Here is the second stanza. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Where is old John sitting? Old John is sitting under the oak. Sitting under the oak tree. Here, old John with white hair is also in that part. Here, white hair represents his old age. He is with many other old folk, many other old people, and they are watching the children playing on the greenery. They start memorizing about their own youth time. The last four lines, such were the joys when we all boys and girls in our youth time were seen, show their nostalgic feel. When they are watching the children playing on the greenery, they start memorizing about their own childhood days. Now, their places taken by new children, and this cycle will continue for eternity. Second stanza is all about leading the life of young age and reaching to old age. Okay. Now, let's move on to the second activity on page number 23 in your textbook. Look at the words in bold letters. Yes, hair, care. What is the peculiarity of that words? Yes, they end with same sound. Hair, care. They end with same sound. Such words are called rhyming words. You might have already learned in your lower classes. So, try to find out the rhyming words in the poem and write it in your notebook. And here is the last stanza. Okay? Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mother, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green. Here, the time is evening. The children get weary. They are tired and no more enjoy play. As the sun descends, as the sun sets, they stop play and go back their home. Here the stanza ends by saying, on the darkening green. Darkening green here refers to the end of the day. everything has gone to rest on the darkening grave. And for the old people, this rest can be what? They are waiting for the end of their life. They are waiting for rest from this world, rest from this life. And the cycle of life has been finished here. Okay? And let's have a look at the overview of the poem. The poet has skillfully divided the poem into 3 10-line stanzas representing morning, afternoon and evening. This poem depicts the 3 stages of life. In the first stanza, morning is described. It represents the beginning of life and happiness of childhood. In the second stanza, afternoon is described. It symbolizes the prime of youth. In the third stanza, evening is described. It symbolizes death. The 3 stanzas refer to 3 time cycles, that of birth, life and death. Okay children, I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Meet you in the next class. It's time for me to sign off. Bye.